soul of wit. So I am not going to give you any bios. I'm not going to give you any extra fluff. I'm going to keep it very simple. I know that's very disappointing to the senators here. I'm going to be brief and thus hopefully witty. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the CEO of the Boeing company, Dave Calhoun.
Very witty, Z. This has been an incredible journey for all of us. I don't think anyone could be more pleased, frankly, than myself, having lived through it from beginning to end. I want to first acknowledge what an incredible group of leaders we have here representing the state of Virginia. I have been around many states many times to talk about many things, both good and bad, but I have rarely run into a more competent group of leaders, a more bipartisan group of leaders than I have here in Virginia. And it's been demonstrated to me every single moment of this journey. So I'll start with our two senators, Senator Warner, Senator Kaine. Thanks for everything. Appreciate your pushing this since the very beginning. Congressman Beyer, the support for this location, the support for the Innovation Campus couldn't be better. And of course, Tim Sands, President of Virginia Tech, again, been in it from the very beginning. I really do. I feel incredibly honored to be here. And then, of course, Governor Youngkin. Governor Youngkin took this on at full speed on the first day. He had been part of that Innovation Campus advisory group, so he knew a lot about it. He knew the leverage and the importance of the campus, and ultimately, this has to be a fulfilling day for you, like it is for me. Again, my comments are straightforward. This has been an incredibly deliberate process that's occurred over quite a long period of time. I'm going to give Senator Warner credit, at least with respect to his interactions with me, for having asked me at every opportunity, at every turn, every way, to think about how I can help with Virginia Tech, the Innovation Campus, and then most importantly, this new announcement with respect to global headquarters being here in Arlington. So I appreciate that, Senator Warner. STEM is the heart and soul of aerospace, of aviation, and of the Boeing company. This state's high regard for STEM, the schools that support it, not just at the collegiate level, but broadly speaking throughout the state, is critically important. And then the role of this innovation corridor, which I will refer to, which we become part of, I think is critically important to sort of laying claim to the high ground with respect to innovation and STEM. Again, I can't say enough about the Innovation Campus. It has proceeded as I had optimistically expected it to. It's got great leadership. It's developing a great faculty. The facilities are moving. And I believe, most importantly, the kids are going to love it. The kids are going to love it, and the faculty is going to love it. And the fact that it is close by and within driving distance of the policy-making capital of the world with respect to technology, I think someday that's going to matter a lot. I think someday that's going to matter a lot. Another comment I'd like to make on this long journey was Virginia's commitment to diversity and inclusion, especially the K through 12 work, the idea that they can reach underserved, underrepresented, and find a way to get them inspired to want to be graduates of college, ultimately to attain master's degree at this Innovation Campus, and then ultimately work for the Boeing company. For me, that's a very big part of this. I mean, a very, very big part of this. And in today's announcements, again, I'm proud of, it's just the journey of what is this innovation corridor, a research and tech hub. Well, what does Boeing do and what might it facilitate? For us, it's incubating new talent as well as new technology. And its location and its access to the Innovation Campus matters a lot. Cybersecurity, autonomous operations, quantum sciences, software, systems engineering, everyday, all-day trades and skills of the Boeing company and our industry. We have to be the very best, not just here in this country, but the best in the world, because our military services demand that and expect that. So this Research and Tech Hub is the beginning. I hope it gets very big. I'm not going to call out numbers. Just suffice to say, we're going to take advantage of this location and try to attract as many young people as we possibly can to this trade and to our company. And then secondly, the Center for Veterans Transition. This is just a very important service that our military veterans need. A big assist to get into civilian life and to pursue civilian livelihoods and to pursue tech degrees and all those things. For us, and we have roughly 20% of our Boeing defense is built on the backs of veterans. And we serve veterans all day long. It is front and center for every one of us to be thinking about this every day, all day. And the fact that we can team up with the Innovation Campus on this process, could not be more proud of the Boeing team and our company. So with that, I know Z wants to make the next introduction, but I appreciate everyone being here. Know that this isn't a moment. This is simply another step forward in a process that was started long ago and built on the back of Virginia and the Boeing company. So thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Ladies and gentlemen, the Governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia, Glenn Youngkin.
Thank you, Z. May the 10th was a big day for Virginia. It was a big day for Virginia because it reflected an enormous amount of work by a lot of people. I was particularly proud. I was particularly proud because when we went to work on January 15th, we talked about Virginia being open for business. We talked about Virginia raising standards and expectations in education. We talked about Virginia being the best place for our veterans to live and work and raise a family. And to have a chance on May the 10th, and most importantly today, to tell the whole story with a friend, Dave Calhoun, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to Dave. Thank you to the Boeing companies. I also want to say thank you to all the other folks that played such an extraordinary role here. Virginia is the only state in America where our senators and our representatives, our Democrats and Republicans in Washington, get together once a month and talk about what's best for Virginia. That's what this is all about. So I want to repeat the thanks. Senator Warner, Senator Kaine, Congressman Beyer, thank you. Thank you. Virginia Tech is such a big part of this. President Sands, thank you for all the leadership that you've provided. I have to tell you that the Innovation Campus was just an idea many years ago, and it is absolutely, in Boeing fashion, rocketing into the future. And so, Lance, thank you for your leadership. It's amazing. I want to do something very official. On behalf of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I want to welcome Boeing to Virginia. To bring together all of these pieces, an extraordinary global leader, Boeing, right here, to have its global headquarters is extraordinary. When you combine it with what's happening at the Innovation Campus, and I like the term, Dave, Innovation Corridor, because that's what it is, and it's about to become an innovation region, not just for the Mid-Atlantic, not just for America, but for the world. That is extraordinary. And to have a chance to have your technology hub right here in the middle of it, and for you all to be investing in the future, not just in the future of technology, but the future of people. We're going to see come out of the Innovation Campus 1/3 of the promised technical and engineering graduates across the Commonwealth of Virginia, undergrad, 2/3 of our master's recipients. And I just want to thank all of those students who are aspiring to be part of what's going to happen right here in Northern Virginia. The new initiative today that was discussed, which is a center for our veterans to transition into civilian life, couldn't be more important at this time. You know, Virginia has about 725,000 veterans that call Virginia their home, 155,000 active duty, reserve, and National Guardsmen. And I'm biased. I want them to stay in Virginia. This is hugely important for so many reasons. They make our communities better. They're the fabric of values. They're the heartbeat of our workforce. And most importantly, they have given everything that they could possibly dream of giving to our nation, and it's our turn to give it back. And so to have an opportunity right here at the Innovation Campus to have a center that will be focused on their needs and their families' needs as they transition is an extraordinary moment. So thank you. Thank you, Boeing. Thank you for all of those that worked so hard to bring this together. And I cannot tell you how important today is for the future of Virginia. And I just feel the Lord's blessing today. And so we can all together say amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. Ladies and gentlemen, Senator Mark Warner.
Well, Z was asking how he's doing. First of all, Z, I got one correction and one comment. First of all, it is great to be here. Dave, thank you, Governor. It's always great to be with you. Tim and Don and so many friends. So I do have one correction item, and this was something that was very important to me when I had this job. You don't introduce the Governor of Virginia by simply saying the Governor of Virginia. The appropriate introduction is, ladies and gentlemen, I now want to present to you the 74th Governor of the Commonwealth, His Excellency Governor Glenn Youngkin. And then we stand up and applaud. That was the favorite part. That was my favorite. It is His Excellency, the Governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia. And I also want to mention that Z called me late in December of last year and told me about this soon-to-be announcement, and it tested every bit of my intelligence chairmanship to keep my mouth shut, to have this big of an announcement and to have to keep it somewhat under wraps for 4 or 5 months. But I am deeply, deeply appreciative of how this came about. It's been something the governor and I and others have been, harassing, haranguing, and pleading the case to Dave. I do think in many ways that Dave and the governor and I had been serving with Tim and Lance for a number of years on at least this informal advisory board. And as we continue to make the case of why Northern Virginia, why Virginia Tech, why this region, and the data that we were able to put together, I think he became not only a convert, but literally put his company, his money where his mouth is. And I am very, very grateful for this announcement of the headquarters. I think what you're also talking about in terms of the Center to Assist Veterans, candidly, we always need to improve on that, and I think hopefully this will be a role model, this program. I'd also say that while we're very, very proud that the Boeing International Headquarters will be in Virginia, I actually think over the longer term, and we talked this, the governor and I have talked a little bit about this, but that technology investment you're making here, I think 5, 10, 15 years from now will be as important, if not more important, than the headquarters. And what we've seen is that Virginia in defense, in aerospace, really has become our national and international leader. It took a number of years of convincing for Dave. I think, Tim, it took us about 8 to 10 years to get Northrop Grumman here. And then we saw again last week Raytheon. So, if you look, Lockheed, General Dynamics, everyone who's in the aerospace business is here in the greater capital area and Virginia for the most part. So this is great news for Virginia. I think it is a great news for the Boeing team and family, and the innovation that's going to come out of the Tech Innovation Campus here is so terribly important. I want to echo the congratulations to Tim and the great team that Lance is putting together. So as a former excellency to the current excellency, and there's going to be another excellency coming after this Virginia team, and it is a little bit of a low bar to get over, but it is, we are the last state in the country that still on a monthly basis gets together on a bipartisan basis, the congressional delegation, and talks about what's good for Virginia. In many ways, that is, we're carrying forward the traditions of my predecessor, John Warner, who was always all about Virginia and country first. So congratulations to everybody here. More good things to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And now for the third, one current governor, two former governors, His Excellency Tim Kaine.
Well, good morning, everyone. What a great day. It is true that Virginia is the only state where the title of governor is Your Excellency. We are the only state where you only get one term and you can't run for re-election. They thought 8 years of being called Your Excellency would be hazardous to your ego. So that we combine those two things. What a treat to be here, Dave. Thank you to you and to the entire Boeing family. One group of people I think deserve some thanks that haven't been mentioned yet. If you work for the Commonwealth of Virginia or any of the local governments in this region, will you stand up? Let's give them a big round of applause. Particularly as a former city councilman and mayor, I know how important, strong local support is, not only to make a decision like this, but then the real work starts. 20% of life is making the right decision, and 80% of life is making it right once you've made the decision, and these local officials are going to be key to it and are strongly supportive. Just to echo the points, first, I'm on the Armed Services Committee in the Senate, and this is a busy week. This is the markup week where we do the annual defense authorizing bill for the entire country, and it's my favorite part of the Senate, favorite part of being in Congress, and I'll just share why. We really do it the way it's supposed to be done. You can see evidence of dysfunction that tends to get magnified on the news, but when we do the Armed Services Bill every year, there's 28 members of the committee, and we sit around a big conference table, and we stay until every member has offered every proposal or amendment that they want that has been then subjected to a debate and a simple majority vote. The chair has no more power in this than the newest member of the committee, newest member of the minority of the committee, and we sit around, and it'll be a very long week for us, and my team works very closely with Boeing because you are a pillar of the defense of this nation in tandem with our military leadership. But it has been a treat to be on this committee now for about 10 years and to work so closely with Boeing, and so Boeing coming here with your headquarters, it really cements Virginia's place. Every state cares about our military, but we are the most military connected of any state in our installations, in our population, in the battles that have been waged here from Yorktown to the attack on the Pentagon in 2011. We are the most connected state to America's defense mission, and to have Boeing, one of the pillars, in partnership with us located here is so pleasing. The second committee that I'm on that really grabs me is the HELP committee. Health, Education, Labor, Pension. Danny Inouye used to say, amazing senator, that the SASC committee, Armed Services, defends America, the HELP committee defines America. And even more exciting to me than Boeing's connection to our nation's military mission is Boeing's commitment to talent. Talent is the most precious resource in the world, more precious than oil, even at $5 a gallon. more precious than water, more precious than rare earth minerals, more precious than microchip fabrication capacity. Talent is the most precious resource in the world. And an announcement like this, Dave, it sort of does three things for Virginia. One, it validates that we're a talent state, because you wouldn't come here. You wouldn't come here unless you felt like, wow, we're in this for the long haul, and the talent has got to be here for us to come here. So it validates that we're a talent state. It accelerates our talent, because you coming here sends a message to others who then say, wow, Virginia's a talent state. But the third thing it does is it kind of challenges us to up our game. Okay, wow, we got to make it right now. We have to up our game. And then the last thing I'll say is an important component of our talent is our military community and our veterans. And so what a nice thing that you're working together with the state and with others to do this veterans hiring initiative. My oldest son is a Marine infantry commander. He did 2 deployments overseas. He is now a reservist. His job as a reservist is he is in charge of Marine for Life in Maryland. The Marine for Life program, which was modeled on an Army program, takes every Marine who's transitioning from active duty to civilian and tries to immediately connect with them to say, okay, you're moving to Maryland. Do you have a job? Do you need help with applying for GI benefits? Is there an education program you want? Do you want to just meet with others like you who've just come into civilian life so you can have the same kind of platoon-like network as a civilian that you had when you were serving as a Marine? Our veterans who are transitioning have so much to offer. Not only do they have an MOS, but they have the teamwork and the flexibility and the communication and the stay till it gets done, and I'll do your job, not only mine, but I'll help you when you need a hand. All those, some people call them soft skills. They ain't soft skills. They're survival skills. They're success skills, what our veterans have, because we as a nation have invested in them and trained them as the kind of things that will not only take great technical training, but the attitudinal skills to enable them to be successful. And if I can make one ask as I sit down, as you look at this initiative, there is another group of people who are very closely connected to our veterans who also could really use your focus, and that's military spouses. Because our military spouses sacrifice, and our military spouses have to move here, there, and adjust to a new place and figure out a new school system and do it again and again and again, and sometimes to places that they've never even been. And they end up with all of those same flexibility and teamwork and success skills, but they often have a hard time connecting into the job market because somebody looks at them and says, well, I'd like to hire you, but you're probably going to move in 2 years, and so I'll hire someone else. So if I could just put an ask on the table to the Boeing family as you're working in tandem with the state to do well by veterans, and good on you for doing that. Think about our military spouses too, because they bring so many of the same skills to the table, and they can benefit your company and benefit our society. What a great day to be together. Thanks and congratulations.
Thanks, Senator. Next up is the congressman who represents Boeing's world headquarters, Don Beyer.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Good morning, and thank you for inviting me to be part of this. I'm delighted to be here with CEO and Hokie Dave Calhoun, with all these wonderful governors, Governor, Lieutenant Governor, and His Excellency President Tim Hansanz. First and foremost, I'm so excited to be here with Boeing headquarters in Arlington. This is the best congressional district in the country. We have the most educated. It's the home to Mount Vernon, the Pentagon, CIA, Amazon, Nestle, more Peace Corps volunteers, and more military academy graduates than any congressional district. The home of the father of our country and the birthplace of the internet. And the philanthropic support that Boeing has given to Virginia Tech at Hokie Landing and to Long Bridge Park is just amazing. So thank you very, very much. Today's announcement, though, of the Boeing Center for Veteran Transition Military Families hits close to home, because my father was a 23-year Army veteran, West Point. When he retired in 1966, I was the oldest of 6 Army brats. And my mother promised she was never going to move again and never have a yellow kitchen. My father sent resumes to every single car dealer in Metro DC looking for a job. And when nobody called him back or nobody wrote him back, my mother was very anxious about raising 6 kids on an Army colonel's pension. And he was, my dad he was big and strong and handsome and had been a leader of men. And he ended up finally getting a job running a one-person used car operation on Wisconsin Avenue in the smallest building you've ever seen. It had room for a desk and 2 chairs. And 56 years later is his name on the back of all those cars. So it worked really well. Northern Virginia is the home to so many service members, to so many veterans. This has been an incredible asset, and I'm just really grateful. And you're so wise to to locate here in Arlington. I know our board chair, Katie Crystal, is here. In Arlington, Alexandria, Fairfax Falls Church, you have some of the best local governance in the world. And it was a wise decision to do this. So congratulations. I look forward to this partnership for years to come.
Thanks, Congressman. Breaking my thought on brevity, I just want to sincerely thank Governor, senators, congressmen, all of the elected officials, everybody who works in the community here for being part of this. I mean, we're really, it's just an amazing group of people that we get to serve with and work with. So very grateful for you being here. Next up, we have the president of Virginia Tech, Tim Sands.
Well, thank you. It's quite an honor to be here to celebrate this partnership. The folks in the front row here, Dave, Governor Youngkin, Senator Warner, Senator Kaine, Congressman Beyer, every one of you has had a significant role for years in getting us to where we are. The Innovation Campus was conceived about 7 or 8 years ago. Governor Warner was right in there in the beginning telling us it wouldn't work. We didn't have the resources and helping us connect. And when the opportunity came, we were ready because of your early days engagement. And then, of course, Governor Youngkin was right there as well. Once it was announced that we were moving forward, he jumped on the advisory board well before you were a politician and helped shape our vision for the Innovation Campus. And of course, Dave Calhoun has been central not only for the Innovation Campus, but for the work that we're doing in Blacksburg and project-based learning with our undergraduates. Just an amazing contribution to the development of higher education. We're seeding, I think, the future because of your generosity. And the partnership with Boeing, 70 years for us. So we're just getting started, it seems like, but it actually is a long roots, and we're looking forward to it to continue to grow. And Congressman Beyer coined Hokie Landing as a term. It hasn't caught on, it hasn't appeared on any official names, but it is my favorite name. I really appreciate that, and your partnership through the years and helping get us where we are. You know, veterans are a big deal to Virginia Tech. We produce a lot of them. Sitting right behind you, Senator Warner, is our Commandant of Cadets, General Fullhart. And maybe raise your hand or stand up, please. And yes, thank you for everything you've done. The Corps of Cadets is celebrating 150 years this year, as is the university. And it is really the cornerstone of our campus and continues to be. It is growing under General Fullhart's leadership. We have 8 Medal of Honor winners, many thousands of graduates who've served in wars since defending our country since 1872. And it continues today. We're producing military leaders. But we have to think about the course of their careers and what happens after they have completed their service and start to transition. And that's equally important. And I think we've recognized that challenge for many years, but we finally have a chance to do something about it in a big way. And it takes partners. This is not something one institution can do. It really needs the cooperation of the Commonwealth and the leadership of the Commonwealth. And Boeing is an incredible partner for us. So just the fact that we are in a position now to make this big move with our veterans has deep meaning to Virginia Tech. I just wanted to convey that as one of the 6 senior military colleges in the country. We're also, of course, proud to be part of this in the sense of that Senator Kaine mentioned, that this is really beyond just supporting the veterans themselves, but it's their families. Military families, we know, have challenges, and I won't repeat all that, but it's very true. And in fact, the center is the Boeing Center for Veterans Transition and Military Families for that reason. And I think that's a really important, we don't want to look past that. So we are just so thrilled to be here, to be part of this at Virginia Tech. And I just wanted to convey that it has deep meaning to us. It goes back to our founding. And I think we're in the process now of defining that future. So thank you very much.
Last up, we have Nadeem Hussain, Chief Engineer and Vice President of Boeing Defense and Space, and Deb Newman, who's Program Manager at Aurora Flight Sciences right here in Virginia. So Naveed and Deb. Here we go.
Good. Thank you, Z. It is an honor to be here with you all today, Mr. Governor, Senators, Congressmen, President Sands. My job in Boeing Defense is to lead our engineering team to ensure technical excellence and in the integrity of our products and services in support of our customers. Today, I represent the broader engineering, research, and technology workforce and team at Boeing, and we are excited to build this tech hub here in the corridor of Virginia and create the capabilities, as Dave mentioned them earlier, for the future of Boeing. Senator Kaine said it best, Virginia is a talent state, and we can't wait to be a part of building this talent and bring them to Boeing. We have great ambitions at Boeing. The future of our company is a digital future. That future will connect the design, the production, and the sustainment of our products like never before, creating data, feedback, and learning loops across this life cycle to serve our customers in ways that we can only imagine today. The enabling factors and forces of that digital future are underpinned by what we have ambitions to do in this partnership with the state of Virginia. Dave mentioned them earlier: cybersecurity, autonomous operations, quantum science, systems and software engineering. This creates an environment for our engineers to have, I'll say, kind of a power at their desk like they've never had before. So, President Sands, we're excited to be part of this higher education hub here in Virginia across all of the corridor. And Virginia, I'll end by mentioning Virginia is regularly cited as having the most highly educated workforce, and we can't wait to be a part of it. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm really honored to be here, to be asked to speak here kind of on behalf of the local Boeing workforce. I wanted to talk a little bit about not just what's coming to Virginia, but what we already have here, the great things that are going on, and how we can leverage that and really shape what the future looks like together. So like Z said, my name is Deb Newman. I am a program manager over at Aurora Flight Sciences, which, for those who are not familiar, we are a Boeing subsidiary in Manassas, Virginia, based right on the Manassas Regional Airport, about 40 minutes or so down the road. We've been around for about 30-plus years now. We focus primarily on R&D, prototyping. We do everything from developing novel aircraft configurations to autonomous systems, composite manufacturing. In fact, Governor Youngkin earlier, when we were upstairs, mentioned, hey, we've got a manufacturing site in Manassas. That's us. Not our only manufacturing site, but certainly one of them. And in that 30-plus year history, we've really fostered a culture of innovation. It's an atmosphere that attracts people who, like myself, are very highly motivated by their passion for aerospace and aviation. It's an exciting place to work. It's fast-paced, and since we were acquired by Boeing just a few years ago, we really try to take that culture and bring the best that we can, the best value that we can to the broader Boeing enterprise. You know, we take prudent risks, we learn from our failures, and ultimately our goal is to accelerate technology development that can be transitioned to future Boeing products, military and commercial alike. In the 6.5 or so years that I've been with Aurora, I've held a variety of roles, engineering, I did a stint as chief of staff, I then went to the dark side as a program manager. But one thing that all of those roles have in common, and this is not unique to just me at Aurora, is that I've always given a significant amount of responsibility and ownership in the work that I do. And it's motivating, it's challenging, and it's enabled me to really learn and grow professionally much faster than maybe I would have had the opportunity to do elsewhere. And that's really exciting. That motivates people, myself included. And we have this workforce now with this breadth of knowledge, this excitement, this passion when they come to work every day. It's also inspired me, you know, working in that type of atmosphere in this domain to, even outside of work, pursue my private pilot's license, which I obtained a couple of years ago. You know, even though that's something that I did for myself, it's not, you know, something I do at work every day, Aurora's been extremely supportive of that. And the reason being is that the knowledge and the skills that you obtain in that hobby are so directly applicable to everything that we do at Aurora and Boeing, right? Just understanding aerospace and how the products that we design and develop integrate together is not something you necessarily learn in your aerospace undergraduate or even graduate degree, in my experience. And so that's been really exciting and really beneficial for me personally, and certainly something I share with a lot of my colleagues. I've also had the opportunity in the last few years to collaborate with a lot of my Boeing colleagues around the country, really getting to know great people, building those relationships, and serving on multiple different types of programs with BDS, with BCA, with BR&T, all different facets of Boeing, and getting a lot of very good perspective on how the technology we develop, the prototypes we make, the culture that we have can really influence and bring value to the broader Boeing enterprise. And so it's very exciting to me, and I think to many of my colleagues at Aurora locally, to see that Boeing is investing in this technology hub here. Because I think together with Aurora, with the Virginia Tech Innovation Center, and probably even more to come from there, you know, we can leverage what we have and really attract more great people to this region, advance the future of flight together, and really shape what Boeing looks like in the coming decades. So, thank you.
Thanks, Deb, and thanks, Naveed. And thanks to everyone for joining us today. We couldn't have better partners than the Commonwealth of Virginia, Virginia Tech, President Sands. We've got great partners. We appreciate all of the work together and look forward to the work going forward. So thanks, everybody, for being here, and thanks for welcoming us to the great Commonwealth of Virginia. Appreciate it.